Welcome to City Skylines Mass Transit and the City of Rock Valley. Now, in the last part, I did the day-night cycle, and we had a look at the city at night. I've gone back to normal building mode because what I want to do is look at a few elements of the city, which kind of some people tend to. Well, when you've got a large city, how can I explain it? When you've got a large city, it doesn't function as a flat mass, is the way to explain it. And at the moment we're building towards 100,000, we've got an industrial demand is building up. And I'm going to try and demonstrate it. But I'm trying to think of the best way to demonstrate it. Well, maybe if I put in an industrial area here. What I'm trying to demonstrate, guys, is that not all parts of the city are equal. So if I put in an industrial area here, why won't that? Let's just push that like that. Okay. Turn off the grid. Oh, why's that saying that's already occupied? Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not sure what was causing that. There's obviously something there that it doesn't like. And as I say, you can see the demand for industrials building up. And if I put in a road like that, and a road like that, and if I come up, and we'll just connect that there, and we drop in, zone up this whole area industrial, and of course I'm going to have to put some water in. At 60, like that, and we'll just let that run. Just trim off that right there. So we've got the whole industrial area there. It's right next to the road, so that should grow really quickly. And let's see what happens. And you can see the industrial demand's growing. So why is this not filling up? And because this is not part of the side of the city that's got industrial demand. Now, if I come over here, and bearing in mind that this area is a bit of a mess actually. If I just bring it back on. We'll go 2A. I'll upgrade that. And again, sometimes this is where the way that you've got to try and find out where the demand is. And if I put in some industrial here, I have to extend the water out. You can see straight away this is growing. So it goes to show that there's a demand on this side of the city, but nobody's moved in here at all. See? Oh. And this applies to both residential and industrial and commercial. And this is getting pretty busy through here, which is a slight cause for concern. And what we've also got here is a little bit of a bit worried about all the traffic coming through here. So I think maybe what I need to do, and this what I'm doing now is something that happens when your city gets to a certain size, guys. And that you actually, I think maybe, well, what we got in there, we got a crematorium. Okay, let's hook crematorium out like that. And I think what we can do is come through like that, What that would mean is that the trucks or vehicles that want to deliver to the commercial area down here, and I think what we can do is open up a little bit of a road here. I think come through like that, and that will feed into this area. This is getting very, very busy now, guys. And of course we've got a bit of a worker situation here. Was it far too few services? Okay, let's have a quick look. Services, health. Maybe we can get things up a bit like that. Don't have a lot in the way of parks. Parks are quite important in industrial areas. And maybe we can drop the park in there. That will make people happy. So of course, if you drop services in, these buildings will upgrade. Make sure all is well in the buildings, but allow it to be upgraded. That's interesting. Not enough workers. Yeah, that's because it needs more workers. So I think what we need to do is get more people here. I'd love to buy that tile, but we don't have any more tiles. And you can see we've now just broken 100,000, guys. It's no. And I think what we can do is move that to start with. That's a bit of a fail there, guys, when I put that down. And I think you can whack that through like that. I think maybe we can get another. That come through here, yeah. I think let's click that through like that as well. And I think we can just leave a little gap there just in case we need the city to expand again. And I think it's time now to put another one of these buildings down here. Wow. So my commercial flow here is really, really working hard. Wonder whether if I take a road up here. Power lines, but we don't need them. We've got, or maybe we do. Oh, whoops! A bit of a major disaster, guys. That's because my fusion power reactors there. You can see the water affected the water because I cut the water off, but it should settle down. Wow. And you can see I'm losing money, but it should bounce back. Minus 23,000, wow. 11.5. That's me messing about, see? That's not having an effect, but we'll leave it there, I think. It may pick up. I think the difference between that route and this route's far too long compared to this route here, see? That's what's causing that problem. Lots and lots of trucks delivering through here. I mean, I could open the road up through here, but I don't think I want to be honest, guys. And we got massive employment problems here. Okay, let's go metro. I think what I'm inclined to do is loop this out further. So I think maybe if we go there and drop don't think I really want put that there, so we're going to be a bit careful. Maybe we can put that there. And of course we've got the underground railway there, so we're going to need to be a bit careful. And I think maybe that's ridiculous. Gone a bit too overboard here, guys. Demolish that. Don't want to put metro stations too close together. That's ridiculous. Because what will happen is I've got an underground line here and it won't connect. And the only way I can do is to go down. And it won't connect, see? So what I think I need to do is pick that metro station up and put it over there. That is the line there. And I think we can pick this metro station up, put it about there. What we should be able to do now is if I go down, and then, okay, obviously got a double depth railway here, so we're going to get it down. Wow. Okay. Just kind of connect this up like that. Oh, of course this is a cut through the hill, so that's okay. About to say why you shouldn't be doing that, because it can do it, because it's under there, and I think what we're going to do is, I certainly don't want to do that. If I click there, that would have sealed the line off. By coming up round here, you can keep the line going. And I think what we can do is, I'm going to have to put in the extra connections. And of course, by putting the services in, put a stop there, make sure we got a stop there, stop there. That should basically encourage people to come and work here, because we've got a massive water problem. Again, getting a water shortage here. Yeah, looks like we've got a water shortage, guys. Say, water problems on the extremities like this are an indication of a water supply issue. Kind of, I'm a bit inclined to, I think we're draining this lake out, aren't we? This is probably the cause of the problem, that this pump is losing capacity. So I think what we're going to do is drop a couple of water pumps in over here. Actually, no, let's cancel that, guys. I'm just going to show you something else. What we can do is we've got a nice clean area up here. What we can do is do this. Water towers. A lot of people don't use water towers, but they can be very, very effective in developing your water supply, especially in a city like this where you've got fixed lakes. As you can see here, the water consumption here is actually being consuming the thing. So what we can do is switch this off. Building is turned off, and what we can do, we've got nice clean water around here. We can put a few more water towers in, compensate for that. Remember that a water tower only has a capacity of 60,000. This is a capacity of 120,000. So for every pump that, so 2 towers is the equivalent of a pump, but that should now absorb that flow up. Now, I makes you wonder whether there's actually a sink in this city. I'd say that the sink is here. Yeah, but it's not a very powerful sink source. So this pump has been effectively draining the lake out. I mean, I could create a gap through here and flood the water in, but I can't see the point, guys. I think using water towers over here will solve the problem. Key factor with water towers though, guys, is do not put them close to industrial areas where there's pollution. So, like, you've got a little bit of pollution there. So keep your water towers well away from pollution. Because if you start polluting the water, that will get taken up and that will make all your residents incredibly sick. And we'll just put some more, dump some more water in here. That's probably going to cause a bit more flooding, but our pumping services will be able to deal with it. And as you can see here, we've still got more demand for residential, and we've got some demand for trash. Hopefully, and well, looks like eventually this has kicked in, and we've got this area's built up now, and we've got a little bit of industrial working here now. I mean, it got there eventually, I suppose, because it took a little while for the city to actually find it. And I think what we could probably do is suck up some of that with offices. I think maybe we're a few offices in here. Maybe here to deal with the noise. Again, you may get delays or problems here. And the city's growing really, really nicely. I mean, I've got traffic problems. Let's just go check here. We still got... No, I think we solved most of the problems with... Yep, that problem with not enough goods to sell. There's looks like there's a few cropping up, but... Yeah, there's a little building there. Sometimes when you've got a little bit of zoning like this, it's easier just to de-zone it out, because if you think that zoning there had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 businesses in it, and when you compare this area here, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So sometimes having lots and lots of tiny little businesses like this just puts too much strain on your delivery system. Again, it comes down to why many people prefer grids, because building cities like this with very, very small areas can be a bit of a challenge. See, again, quite often you will see it's the small buildings that actually suffer from the shortage of goods, because it just puts the density of your how can you say, your businesses up. So if you imagine, I mean, to see if I can do it, find somewhere to do it. Just might as well we can go back over here. Oops, got a bit of a water problem over here. Let's see if I can illustrate it. Just do it here. We've got some demand. So if I do a straight grid, and we come out like that. We'll leave it one way. Oh, now we go up to 2-way. Now, if I do a grid like this, guys, and if I put in industrial like that, now what you will see is that this is 4. See the size of the buildings coming up: 1, 2, 3, 4. So the buildings come up here like this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got a little bit of a half grid there, but the city likes to build 4x4 businesses. Let's just come up and click like that. Now, if I build the area here, I'll do exactly the same again. This is just buggering around, guys. I'm not saying this is the way to build a city, but if I build exactly the same again, very close, and if I still got quite a much demand, if I do this, maybe we're connected right on top like that. Now if you watch, so here that's 1 2 3 4 5, so here we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, and here we got 1 2 3 4 5 6. And the thing to remember is that every one of these businesses will require a delivery, whether they're a 4x4 or a 2x2. And it applies equally to industrial. So I really need some more, kind of bit inclined, just to put some residential out here. I mean, we've got a little bit of space here, we could build another town out here. Anyway, back to the exercise. And you can see here we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. And we haven't completed the area of 13, so we've got 1 2 3 4. Just check. Yeah, so we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. So in that block there we've got 13 businesses, all requiring deliveries. And in this one we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 20. You can see here that having the small zoning like this means that these buildings are going to require a lot more delivery trucks than these. So this is something you need to think about, guys, when you're laying areas and zones out, that you can create an excessive pressure on your city just by putting these smaller areas in. And the downside is that if I now completely zone in this area, as long as these buildings do not go abandoned, they will not change. So what you've actually got to do is come in here, but if you knock them down like that, sorry, we'll just leave that little row there. Oops. What you see now is this will regrow. So if you rezone an area, just don't expect that the game will automatically fill this area in. What actually will happen is that the city needs to rezone itself and actually do some things. Anyway, that's a kind of very short example of how your zoning can affect deliveries. So somebody's a bit sick over here. Yeah, citizens are sick. Okay, I think that's my cue for, I think, what I want to do the last part here. And this is the medical centre. So let's kind of give the whole city a bit of a universal boost. And we need a courthouse. I've got to find the courthouse. And then that will be it for this part, guys. This is the courthouse. It's, of course, quite a big building. Wow, that is a very big building. Maybe we'll put it over here. Built in the kind of Greek type classical style. What else do we need now? Oppression office. Because when, what's that say there? When need When in need of oppression, go to the oppression officers. I'm not sure. Not sure exactly why I would need that. I think maybe we can drop that in there, and that will. I mean, I personally, based on my knowledge of UK cities, I would say that's the local council office. Whether they would call that the oppression office is debatable. Okay, the mole of moderation. This could be an interesting building to actually put out. It's quite a big building, if I remember correctly. If I can find it. There it is here. Yeah, you can see it's quite a big. And I think we'll put that there. It doesn't fit that comfortably alongside the curved road, but. And of course, we got big demand for various bits and pieces, but I do want to finish this, guys. I promise you that I do want to keep this as short as possible. What's the noise on this? No noise. Okay. As Alltown is my powerhouse, we might as well let them have the benefit of the medical centre. And of course that's going to run right across the city and should give her quite a major boost. Now, not that it's going to come through very well in this area, simply because the health in my city was pretty good anyway. And I think this is what I was saying in the last part, guys. The health building is it's good for the icing on the cake, but to be honest, you can see here it's just maxing out everything. The cemetery usage, yeah. But it's not going to have the same dramatic effect on the growth of your city as some of the other parts, you know, other monuments. I think maybe we can just drop in a bit there. I think we can put some offices there as a sound barrier. Maybe we can grow this area up here. Based on what I was saying, I'm not going to fill in this little area here. I know it's very tempting, guys, to kind of cram every possible tiny little building in, but sometimes it just doesn't work, guys. That's all I can say about it, really. And we've still got quite a substantial kind of working area here, and we've got a road up through there. I wouldn't want to connect that up. Let's have a quick look at the metro system. What we could do, I'm kind of thinking of a mini little town or sub-town here. Okay, just for the fun of it, just around this part off, guys. Right. Yeah, that's this. And I'm going to do it purely gridded. Like that. I'm just going to back in like that. Of course, it's going to need a water supply. Okay, we'll just come in like that. People are moving in, but of course straight away we're going to need connection, and I think what we're going to do is just give them this little metro line, and I think what we can do is off like that. come round like that. So this is just pure fun, guys. Of course, these people are going to need power, water. Of course, Sod's Law says that I have that area here. So what we're going to do is, these are going to need a fire service and a police station and of course a crematorium, because they want to be happy, and we'll just put a little bit of a boost, and we'll give them a couple of nice big park on each side as well. And you can basically, I'm just creating a tiny little village here, guys. I'm not going to give them any. Maybe we'll give them a little bit of offices there as a sound barrier. To be, let's zone this area up like that. Well, give them, what can we give them? Power usage, water usage, parks and recreation. Give them schools out because we want them to serve the local thing. Give them recycling. Give them tax relief for low density. And I think just to kind of help the system along, put what we can do is just connect with a path that way, and maybe we will. And of course, people want to come up and look at that there. So Anchor Square is going to be a very, very exclusive area to work. This. And this is just a kind of little dodge, guys. As I say, it's people are moving in. Maybe what else can we give them? City planning, give them high-tech houses. So for only for citizens living in the policy area. Oh, never knew that, guys. I mean, these are to do with the disasters like fast recovery, no rebuilding. I've never used them, to be honest. And what should happen is this little area here will build up. It will provide, people will should start to travel through here, and that will start to supply some jobs into this area. And this area is stabilized and it's all working. Let's have a one quick trip around the city, guys, just to see how it's going. I think probably the bit of pruning I did here is solve the supply system this side. This area's working after a fashion. It could probably do with, it's probably creating lots of traffic here because there's no public transport here. I mean, I could, wow. I think to have to accept, guys, that this city's coming to an end. I think I'm going to do one more part and then that will be it, because at the moment I'm quite happy with the city, what it's doing, the way it's growing. You can see here we've got residents walking across here, so I'm going to have one more kind of look through the city, see how it's going. And wow, Got a little bit of a traffic flow here. Problem here. Why are these trucks coming out this way? So basically we've got trucks coming in here that want to come up to there. I think that's actually, just keep an eye on this. I've got a horrible suspicion that, yeah, I think what I need to do is delete this. What's happening is trucks are coming through here, and to take a shortcut. That was a bit of a mistake making that connection there. That's better. Got a bit of a double flow here. That's a potential problem. This junction's probably a bit too close. I think maybe what we need to do is take that out. Make that like that. To make that into a proper crossroads. I think what I might do is delete that, and I'll take you up. Place already occupied. What's that space? And we'll take you round like that. That should, yeah, that's improving the flow around here immediately. Bit of a tight corner there, but sometimes this is what you've got to do, guys. Yeah, you can see now that the trucks that were coming up and jamming up here have now got a kind of queuing area. And again, this is something sometimes you need to do, is create these kind of queuing areas, because as I said before, you get these surges of traffic that kind of, I suppose the way to describe it is, that represent the peak period of your city's cycle. So you will get these areas build up, and then what will happen is that eventually the city will catch up. But wow, 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 wow. That's huge. Ah! I think I've got a problem here, guys. I think the game has gone a little bit glitched. Why are you... Yeah, I think what's happening is that I've got so many trains on this line. Oh, oops. I'm gonna have to think about that, guys. I'm not sure what the solution to that is, actually. Kind of. I think I've got... Sorry, I'm getting distracted again, guys. What I can do is... if I run that up like that, and put a... Now the problem I'm going to have is the rail line is coming in there. Sometimes you've got to go under with the station. What's that saying? Space already occupied. Okay. do is come up like that. I mean, it's still not going to solve the problem over here. We've obviously got trains. And we've got an intersect line there. Actually, what I could do is take out that line. Wow. Anyway guys, this is my problem, not your problem. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you've enjoyed the episode, hope you found it interesting. And what we will do is see if we can find a solution to this. I may have to use a road, but that will be for the next part guys, and that will probably be the last part as well. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you've enjoyed the episode, hope you found it interesting, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.